Alright, I had bought some spacers for my CFORCE 500 Gen 2 off of Facebook Marketplace. They're the 4/110 lug size, or at least the spacer size on that, which it fit on, but I don't know if you can see. There's not really enough of the lug sticking out to really get a good grip on the lug nuts. So other spacers that you would buy specifically for this, that hole that the stud goes through is a little wider. So when you put the lug nut on, that conical thing will fit into the hole a little bit and snug it up. So I had to kind of come up with my own way of opening that up more, and you have to kind of keep in mind that it has to be centered as well. You can't just take a drill bit and just drill it out. So I'm going to kind of show what I did for the other tires on here, and it seems to have worked. So what I did is I went to the hardware store and picked up one of these drill bits that you can kind of use to open up holes larger. And this worked well, so I'll put it in the drill and show you what I did. Okay, so placed it in the drill. You just kind of center it straight in. And it's going to drill through until this part here actually is flush with this here. So that keeps it perfectly round and centered straight through. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's flush with like that outer ridge all the way around. Smooth, not jerking around. So you can see it's opened that outer hole up more on the top, so you can get your lug nut in there seated well. These other ones, you can see that there's just no room to seat the lug nut in, so we had to open that up. Alright, so we've got that done. So we're just going to place just a drop of the blue Loctite, not the red, the blue, so it's easier to get these off. Place those on so you can see there's room to seat. I've got one of the lug nuts into the 17mm thing, just going to get it started. And I'm going to just put the rest of them on here. One sec. Alright, I've seated all of them, but I haven't tightened them up, so I'll just put them on, well, the socket on there. This may be a little loud. Let's tighten them up a little bit. And then tighten them all the way. There, now the lug nuts are finally seated in there, so it's holding that on nice and tight. Alright, now they've got that on, using the original lug nuts on there. I've got another set of lug nuts coming, but I went to Napa and they had these on there for the CF Moto, the CFORCE 500. The thread is a 10-1.25mm thread and bolt. So just tighten them up. And then I'll go through and finish it up. I did lose the center cap. I've got one coming from MSC Main Street Cycle down in Missouri. They should be on the way. Alright, I'm just going to let it down. So, put on 27-inch tires on the 12-inch stock rims, and it was kind of narrow, so I did have to find some spacers. Again, I found them on Facebook Marketplace. They originally came off a Honda, so that might be why the lugs on the CF Moto didn't seat properly, and I had to modify them with that little drill that I just showed. So let's make sure it drives. Foot on the brake. All right, it's nice and smooth. So I did that to all 4 spacers, and it looks good, nice and wide there. Here's the Gen 1, and I just put the tires from the Gen 2 onto the Gen 1, same type of rims, 12-inch, so you can kind of see the difference on the 2-inch spacers and 2-inch taller tires. So 27-inch tires were put on this one, and the 25-inch tires were put onto that one. Hope this has been helpful.